Hey guys, what's up? John here from fly8mikealpha.com, and today we're going to be talking about steep turns, but more in the sense for preparation for an IPC or your IFR rating. So if you're an IFR student, an instrument student, or if you're a rusty pilot getting ready to go for your IPC, what sort of maneuvers do you want to think about doing to help improve your scan skills, your instrument flying skills in steep turns is certainly one of those. So for starters, we're going to go ahead and practice these in VFR conditions. So if you were to come to me as a student for an IPC, I'd probably have you, without the hood, go ahead and do one or two steep turns in VFR conditions, looking out over the nose, getting a feel for maneuvering the airplane at about a 45-degree angle of bank, keeping it level. Here in this case, it's at 1,500 feet MSL, and bringing me around in a 45-degree, 360-degree turn, one direction, and then immediately rolling in to the opposite direction, using ailerons and rudder coordinated together, managing your power to control your altitude, managing your pitch and your back pressure to control your airspeed, all the while staying under 105 knots, which is the maneuvering speed on this airplane. So when you get back into the swing of this, you can do it visually, looking out over the nose, using your visual cues, looking inside very, very little. But the ultimate purpose of doing these on an IPC is to get your eyes trained to move rapidly around the cockpit, looking at all the instruments, taking in that information, and doing it just off reference to instruments. Not that I would ever recommend you actually do a 45-degree bank turn in actual IMC, but it's a great thing to do with your instructor on your IPC when you're getting back into the swing of things, flying in IFR conditions, and of course flying under the hood with your instructor. Let's take a look at what this would look like in actual IMC conditions. Now we're focused just on our instruments. We have our attitude indicator, altimeter, VSI, DG. Turn coordinator is going to be kind of useless here because it's obviously going to be indicating a direction of turn, and then of course our airspeed indicator and our tachometer. The tachometer we can pretty much leave out of the equation because we can just hear the engine RPM. But as we roll into this maneuver, as always, you're going to use aileron and rudder coordinated together, bump in a little extra power to maintain your altitude, overcoming that extra drag as you enter into this 45-degree turn. And now you're rapidly scanning between your attitude indicator, altimeter, VSI, DG, airspeed, going back and forth through all those 5 instruments, and occasionally looking at the turn coordinator. Obviously it's showing you're in a left turn or a right turn if you're turning to the right. The big one here is looking at the attitude indicator and noticing how minute the changes are to the pitch, just a degree or two, and what a drastic change in vertical speed it makes. So you can see vertical speed wandering between 0 and 500 feet a minute up, or 0 and 500 feet a minute down. And you can see fluctuations in altitude. That's all coming from very, very small pitch changes. So as you're practicing this maneuver, be very gentle with the controls, make very small pitch corrections, and of course, practice this in VFR conditions with your instructor on board under the hood, or even do this at your at-home simulator. Don't discount the value of that cheap X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator that you have installed in your computer with a little joystick or a little yoke. Even though you may not be building muscle memory to go fly the actual airplane, you're not building stick and rudder skills here, you're building your scan skills, your instrument flying skills of rapidly moving your eyes around the cockpit and adjusting to everything that you need to based off the information that the instruments are giving you. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of what you're going to be doing on your IPC if you choose to do this maneuver with your instructor. Be sure to check out our IPC IFR refresher course for rusty pilots, for anyone going for an IPC, or even if you're just an instrument student. Go ahead and check out that online course at fly8mikealpha.com to help you prep for your instrument check ride or IPC. Be sure to give us a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to make sure you keep up with our latest videos here. We really appreciate y'all's support, and as always, if you can't fly every day, then fly8mikealpha.com. We'll see y'all next time.